Chicago starts their 2020 season on the road, but they don't have to go far as they'll face off with their division rivals from Detroit. The Lions hoping to get a full year out of Matthew Stafford, who had a very good thing going last season before getting hurt.
End zone caught, touchdown Detroit!
He comes into this week's game with the same key weapons at his disposal too, starting with Kenny Golladay.
Oh, Kenny Golladay, that's outstanding!
And then there's Marvin Jones.
Oh, Marvin doing work after the catch!
The secondary they're up against Sunday, though, was tough to pass on last year.
Throws, and it's intercepted!
But they're not the same group anymore. Kyle Fuller will still be on one side, likely chasing Golladay around quite a bit.
And it's intercepted on the first!
But on the other side, it could be a rookie, Chicago drafting Jalen Johnson in the second round to take the spot of Prince Amukamara. And they have a new face at safety too, so hard to know if they'll play at the same level as last year. They could benefit from the changes they made up front though.
Cousins is sacked by Robert Quinn.
The Lions will have to account for Robert Quinn as well as Khalil Mack. Mack and the Bears' pass rush not really living up to expectations in 2019.
From behind, ball is out, Bears have taken it away!
The Lions weren't great at preventing sacks either, and no major alterations were made to that group.
Stafford in trouble and he's decked!
So Mack and Quinn may be able to make a significant impact in this game. Detroit could counter that by running the ball a little more, something they were quietly decent at last year.
Up and over the top and into the end zone for the touchdown.
And they'll be debuting their second-round pick, DeAndre Swift, as well as their new acquisition, Adrian Peterson, though hard to say how many reps he'll get. But again, Chicago's D is tough to run on.
He is going to get hit.
Less than 4 yards a carry allowed last year, and no reason to think it won't be the same, so Detroit's fortunes in this one will still mostly rely on Stafford's arm.
Stafford to Golladay, 66 yards.
Wow.
Will the same be true for Chicago's offense? Their passing attack was borderline abysmal last season.
Throws incomplete, off target.
And not naming your starter till the last minute doesn't seem like a good thing unless both Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky were just so good in camp, Matt Nagy couldn't decide on one. They at least have Allen Robinson, the one sure thing they'll have when it comes to wide receivers.
Robinson to the end zone!
From there, though, it could be a heavy dose of tight ends. Jimmy Graham coming in.
Lunging Graham! Touchdown, Jimmy Graham!
And they used their first pick in the draft on Cole Kmet. The secondary they'll be up against will be without Darius Slay, too. And that secondary struggled even with him, giving up a passer rating of 99.6.
Rolls out to the left. Touchdown!
But they overhauled not only their secondary, but their entire defense. Desmond TRUFANT takes Slay's spot, and he came down with 4 picks in just 9 games last year.
And the pass is intercepted.
And then they used their 3rd overall pick on corner Jeff Okudah, and they signed DURON HARMON away from the Pats, who actually recorded a really low passer rating against.
Intercepted by DURON HARMON.
He wasn't the only Pat Matt Patricia lured away. Jamie Collins taking over at one linebacker spot.
Oh my goodness.
And Danny Shelton going in up front. Those two will make it difficult for Chicago's backs, who didn't generate much on the ground last year. And that's where you get to that line of theirs, because they did not open up a lot of holes. Not highly regarded by PFF either, and no real upgrades of note. Two teams coming off poor seasons that make 2020 look a little like an uphill climb, so they're both really wanting to get out on the right foot. Let's fill up those comment sections with predictions. Maybe some of our predictions can provide some inspiration.
Trubisky under center with Cohen in the backfield. Trubisky on the take, flips it onto the left flat with a lot of room to run to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone! Touchdown! Touchdown Cohen! Touchdown Bears!
Quick throw, left side, back shoulder, it is caught! Touchdown Detroit Lions!